Well, thank you, Madam Speaker. This chamber is going in the wrong direction in the effort to combat the BDS movement, to combat anti-Israel hate, to combat anti-Semitism. I went through kindergarten through 12th grade, college, law school, 4 years of active duty. I never once experienced anti-Semitism. But now I hear countless stories all across our country, college campuses today. It's infiltrating American politics, college campuses, and the halls of Congress, and we need to do something about it. Not just send a strong message that is important, but to actually pass something with teeth to do something about it. One of my colleagues from Michigan gave a talk last Friday, gave an interview. She was asked about her support for a one-state solution that would remove Jews from power in their own country in Israel. And her response was that the Holocaust gives her a calming feeling because of the safe haven that the Palestinians provided to Jews. Now, that happens to be the opposite of factually accurate. But then, if you have any problem with those words, that makes you automatically an Islamophobe and a racist idiot, according to the person who had said that. And then the Speaker of the House is calling for us to come to the floor and apologize to Ms. Tlaib. Well, here I am. My apology is for everyone who is insulted across America that we passed a watered-down, spineless resolution after countless acts of anti-Semitism by another member that does not name names. I apologize to everyone across this country expecting this House to act, and we failed them. The students at University of California who had to read the posting, gas them, burn them, and dismantle their power structure. Humanity cannot progress with the parasitic Jew. The founder of BDS was blatantly anti-Semitic. Take his own words. No Palestinian, rational Palestinian, not a sellout Palestinian, will ever accept a Jewish state in Palestine. Or this other quote, we are witnessing the rapid demise of Zionism and nothing can be done to save it, for Zionism is intent on killing itself. I, for one, support euthanasia. Or we could take this quote, many of the methods of collective and individual punishment meted out to Palestinian civilians at the hands of young, racist, often sadistic, and ever impervious Israeli soldiers are reminiscent of common Nazi practices against the Jews. This is the founder of the BDS movement. You want an apology, Speaker? Well, how about the students at Berkeley who sit in a classroom and the maps that go up on the board where it's supposed to say Israel, it says Palestine? Or the students in Michigan whose professor refused to sign off on a letter of recommendation because the student wanted to study abroad in Israel. This past Thursday, we had an imam give the opening prayer here before this chamber. This imam, a simple Google search, by the way, in the vetting would have come up with the background, and it's a long list, not just a supporter of the BDS movement, but has compared the Israelis to the Nazis, called the Israelis a terrorist regime, called for a third Palestinian intifada, posted in support of the Muslim Brotherhood. I mentioned earlier one of my colleagues who had multiple anti-Semitic postings, which started with one quote, Israel has hypnotized the world, may Allah awaken the people and help them see the evil doings of Israel. Or saying that if you support Israel, then you must have been bought off by Jews. Or when she said, if you support the U.S.-Israel relationship, then you must have pledged allegiance to a foreign power. You want an apology, Speaker? How about the students at Warren Wilson College who had a speaker tell them Jews are doing the same thing to the Palestinians as the Nazis did to the Jews? Students from coast to coast all across this entire country expecting, demanding this House to act. Now you could go to the Twitter account of Ms. Tlaib and you'll see over the course of the last few days postings from Tamika Mallory and fellow organizer Linda Sarsour. Tamika Mallory says that Louis Farrakhan's the greatest of all time. Louis Farrakhan, the same guy who said, quote, so when they talk about Farrakhan, call me a hater, you do what they do, call me an anti-Semite, stop it, I'm anti-termite. Or satanic Jews have infected the whole world with poison and deceit. Or what he said about Adolf Hitler of Nazi Germany, who was responsible for murdering 6 million Jewish people and millions of others, quote, he was a very great man. We have members of this chamber who have associated themselves with Farrakhan, not just Tamika Mallory. I mentioned Linda Sarsour. She said, quote, only Jews are the ones that condone violence against Arabs and are cool with the mosques being attacked. We have an issue in this chamber, and we need to do something about it. Not mask it, not empower it, not elevate it. It must be identified and crushed. And no, Madam Speaker, I'm not coming to this floor and apologizing to my colleagues who push it. I will apologize to everyone across this country offended by the lack of action by the Speaker. Madam Speaker, your House is not in order. I yield back.